Welcome back again, rum lover. So tonight I got something for you. I have a lot of samples to review, but I also have a lot of bottles that's been sitting for a long time with no review. So tonight we got the Formidable from Admiral Rodney. So for guys who don't know, Admiral Rodney is a line under Chairman's Reserve. They specifically use their Coffey still for the Admiral Rodney line. Also, for those who don't know, a Coffey still is really a column still. Just a fancy French name for it. It's a bit, I don't know, is it simpler? Is it smaller? Guys, put down in the comments the difference that you know of between Coffey and column stills. But as far as I know, it's pretty much the same thing. But Coffey stills, typically when they say Coffey stills, they're not as big and as industrial as like the 5-story column still in Trinidad, you know? So that's the differences I've ever seen between Coffey stills and column stills, right? But typically when you have a Coffey still, it is simpler, lighter flavors and spirit. It's not as deep and complex as pot stills, which can make some very good rum, because not everyone like pot stills like myself. Some people love their rums, you know, people who I don't know, it's almost like it's just a style. It's just a style preference, right? A lot of people who are, you know, into Cuban rums, those are all column stills. Most Latin rums are column stills, and there are some like Trinidad who use a column still. St. Lucia has a column still and pot stills. A lot of people have column and pots, right? Barbados, tons of column and pot, right? But to me, Barbados are more of a column heavy rum, even though they have some pots as well, right? But St. Lucia, same thing, have both, but Admiral Rodney, I don't know why I got off topic there. Admiral Rodney is only a Coffey still, and the rums in there are 10 to 15 years old, right? So Admiral Rodney, you could get it at Total Wine, and I think it might be the most expensive one. So that'd be like $80 or so. I think Princess is like 50. Then the Royal Oak is like 65 or something, or 60, and then this one here is 70, right? So poured it up already, 10 to 15 years, pretty dark on the color. On the nose, sweet, like sugar, molasses sweet, citrus, honey, some orange zest, but more like caramel. Is it caramel or vanilla there? A little bit of both, a little bit of both. Really nice, elegant nose. And that's the thing, like this again is to me rums for the masses when it comes to the premium market, right? It's not as jarring as a pot still. A pot still to me could throw off a lot of people who aren't like heavy in the rum game. Like for myself, when I started off, I wasn't big on the pot stills, but slowly but surely I got into it. But yeah, very delicious, very elegant nose, very easy to appreciate, I would say. Sweet, some bitter notes, chocolate, like dark chocolate, sweet honey, vanilla, caramel. Similar to on the nose is what I'm getting on the taste. I was gonna say, guys, before those notes hit me, was that this is at 40%, right? It's at 40%. The bottle is beautiful. The cork here is of huge wood. Has like a boat embossed there for the Admiral Rodney seal. It says "break the line," which is like a war cry from back in the day. So all the Admiral Rodneys are named after different ships from the, you know, back in those days of pirates and naval fleets and all that kind of stuff. So Rodney Bay in the northwest of St. Lucia is named in honor of Admiral St. George Bridges Rodney, most famously break the line and vanquish the French fleets in the Battle of the Saints. All right. So everything Admiral Rodney is because of this admiral, and all the bottles are named after different ships in his fleet. But 40%, so again, easy drinking, but you know, when you get into the premium lines, you usually, for me, like a little bit more. But again, for the most approachable customer, 40%, 43% is kind of where it's at. All right, so this is really like, to me, a beginning into premium spirits and a delicious, you know, introduction to premium spirits. So, is it a must buy, a must have? To me, you should buy one, have a taste, especially when you're earlier in the rum collecting. This is definitely something you should get. Very approachable, easy to share with others, easy to have it as a nice, elegant cocktail. Not just cocktails, you know, you could do a cocktail, but also just a nice drink on the rocks. You know, got some friends who like to smoke cigars, something like that. This is something very approachable and easy for them to sip on. All right, guys, so that's my review of the Admiral Rodney HMS Formidable rum at 40%. This box is beautiful and my light is really making it shine. All right, guys, see you in the next one.